Okay, hello there YouTube. This is going to be my first Borderlands 3 build video I'm going to be making, so hopefully it goes well. I just want to show you a build that I used during the in-game rush challenge made by Triple G, a prolific member of the Borderlands 3 community. He issued an in-game rush challenge where you do all the in-game content as quick as you possibly can. And the quicker you do it, the higher up on the leaderboard you go. It was divided between PC and console. I myself play on console. I only have a PS4. I don't have a PS5 or a PC, anything like that. So I'm going to show you the build that I used during that because it was pretty good. It got me 7th place overall out of all the characters. I was using Amara, who actually is one of the slower characters for it. And I was actually the 3rd fastest Amara with this build, my own build that I made. It uses a lot of the same themes from other Amara builds, but it is something of my own creation in its own way, and I will show you that right now. It's called The Light That Binds, and I'll show you right here. Let me go to the display capture, and yep, it's black right now. So you should, wait. Oh, that's right, I have to do this. Wait, hello? Display capture. Why is it blank? Is my display capture broken? I'm confused here. 1 second. Should be showing my screen and not. There we go. Okay, that was odd. Omega lol. So now you can see my screen. I can take you here. You can see I was here. This is the in-game rush community challenge on console. I am right here, butt of the dog. Bang. Light That Binds Amara. Here's the build we're using. And yeah, I got 7th place. I think that's 7th place. And I was the 3rd fastest Amara. Slower than Jaded Echo and Uncle Dom. GG's to them. Look, I was like a minute behind on this one. I think, if I did more runs and stuff, I don't know. But I'm going to be showing you Light That Binds now. Even better now that, let's go back to the game here. Even better now that the Revolter shield is out. Oh my god, it just broke the build even more. So basically, if you didn't know, I've been playing Borderlands ever since Borderlands 1. A gun in that game was called the Double Anarchy. It was an SMG, and it was probably my favorite gun in all of Borderlands. I don't know, just the fact that it shoots so many pellets and so fast, and the fire rate of it. I really liked it. And they added that gun back in the game, but now it's called the Light Show, and now it also does splash damage. Amara has an ability called Ties That Bind, which is broken. Whenever you grab something, you deal 20% of the damage you do to it to everything else. It's a lot of damage. Okay, it ends up being a lot of damage. And she also has some things in her green skill tree that give her bonus splash damage, and in her purple skill tree that give her a little bit more splash damage. And so the Light Show, since they utilize that splash damage, I wanted to incorporate them because, again, I really like them, and it turned out to be really good. So the reason it's called the Light That Binds is because you use the Light Show and you use Ties That Bind. Okay, it's pretty simple. You can also vary it a little bit, and I'll show you that pretty soon. But you always want consecutive hits anointments. Consecutive hits. Why do I want consecutive hits and a Pearl of Knowledge, which is also like a stacking damage on consecutive successful hits? Why do I want that so much over anything else? Well, I will tell you, it is because of one of her abilities over here, Indiscriminate. So bullets ricochet when you shoot something. They have a chance to ricochet to other enemies. It does less damage. And if you have an action skill active, if you have it phase grasped, something along that nature, it increases the chance of the ricochet. It makes it even better. And trust me, it's really, really good. You stack up that consecutive hits extremely quickly, and you can really melt something. And with the Light Shows, it's pretty inaccurate, so you want to walk up real close to the enemies, and you're going to be getting more damage from personal space also, which is really good. So you want to get a Light Show with each of the consecutive hits anointments. And then, of course, this shield, the Revolter, just made this. This wasn't a thing during the first endgame rush challenge. But now that it's in, it's just 200% bonus damage. Make sure you get the action skill start anointment, so anytime you phase grasp something, you just get that extended fire rate plus 200% shock damage. Amara gets even more bonus shock damage because of, her one skill, in the orange tree. Tempest, you get more elemental damage and even more bonus shock damage. We're going to go more in depth in the skill tree in a minute, but I just want to show you the basics. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn... You've seen my face enough. We'll take my face out of the thing here so that you can see better the actual screen. get yourself some light shows, and then you can also do, if you're not a big fan of light shows, no, I use the Phase Zerker class mod on all these. You're going to want the Phase Zerker. I got plus splash damage, plus pistol damage on this roll. My third roll, not so good. You know, if you could get like bonus, I think it's a Vladoff gun. Yeah, bonus Vladoff damage or critical damage, something like that. This would be even better. I am on, you know, again, PS4 console, so I don't have absolute god rolls on everything. So you'll want that on those. Now there's another way you can do this if you want. The reflux actually also got a buff. I already use this in my build with consecutive hits, but now I use it even more because, you know, it links the damage. It links like those green little tentacle things to all the things, and that counts for your consecutive hits. Excuse me. So of course I get the times 14, so that stacks up even more. I'm not exactly sure if the damage prefix, the cash infused reflux, would actually be more DPS, but in my mind, more pellets is faster stacking on your consecutive hits. Seems better to me. And so I have another Phase Zerker for if I'm doing shotguns, and that is here, weapon damage and shotgun damage. Again, my third roll is kind of bad. It has bonus health regen. You don't need more health regen. You know, the third roll, I wish it was something like plus bonus shock damage or plus bonus incendiary damage. Something like that, but oh well, I don't have it. It works plenty fine without it, trust me. Of course, you're always going to use your Pearl of Knowledge with this build. It's just, you know, you want the mag size fire rate roll on it. If you don't have this, I highly recommend doing the DLC again on other characters or resetting for it. It's definitely worth it. You want that. You want that really bad. Now, if you are using shotguns, it can be really good to use the reflux, and of course, the speed loading Hellwalker with the consecutive hits. That is going to absolutely blow stuff away, which I'll show you later. The grenades, I just use a action skill end, and then I kind of have one of each damage type to use. Only one's level 65. Don't mind that. I farmed them when they were level 57. You know, I didn't refarm them all at level 65. I just have a radiation one. I'm just using incendiary damage. It doesn't really matter. You're going to be doing so much damage anyway, especially with this revolt. You're covering so many different damage types. So I'm going to show you mobbing, and then I'm going to go take you and show you bossing, because normally gun Amara is pretty bad at bossing, but trust me, this one can get it done pretty quick. So I'm actually going to drop this corrosive one so I can put on the Hellwalker so we can quickly show you the shotgun side of things. Before we start mobbing, I'll get into this. It's really, you just want to get down in the skill tree. You definitely want Tempest, and you definitely want Indiscriminate, and put 1 point into Sustainment. Then you can get Ties That Bind and the Incendiary damage. Those are really good. You just don't need 1 point in here to get the lifesteal. You don't need all 5. Like, you're going to get like max health every time you touch something with your damages. So you obviously want the more mag size with Deep Well. That's really good. And then you get more gun damage when an enemy's grasped. You're going to be grasping them with Ties That Bind. So this is all really good in here. Of course, you want to come down into the splash damage in the green tree. Also, they get you enough points to unlock Revelation, which is going to come into play later. I'll explain that better in time. But you're going to want Revelation on your thing. It ends up being extremely good with the Phase Zerker. And then I just put like 2 points here, 3 points here. You definitely want the 3 points here for the bonus damage. And then get your splash damage. Plus 20%, nothing to sneeze at. Purple skill tree, the only thing we care about is the extra splash damage. And if we want to, now we can have cryo. We can make our action skill do cryo anytime we want to. The projectile speed's also really good for the light shows, you know, transferring the bullets all to all the enemies all over the map. Now we're going real hard into the blue tree. You want to put 3 points into your do harm. You know, maybe if you can squeeze 5 points, that'd be really good. You can just use your Ties That Bind, pick something up. It'll just insta-kill like normal mobs. It does too much damage. 1 point into Violet Tapestry, why not? Fast hands, you know, being able to get the reload speed and weapon swap speed, not bad. I just put 1 point in Alacrity also, just for, your stacks are pretty much going to be at 99% most of the time anyway. Critical hit damage. You want the action skill cooldown rate for sure. You want to be spamming your Ties That Bind as much as possible. More fire rate and charge time? Why not? I mean, the more fire rate, more damage, more DPS. See right here, Laid Bare. Enemies take increased damage from all sources for a few seconds after being damaged by Amara's action skill. So all damage, not just her gun damage, from all sources they're getting increased damage. Of course, that is like all your elemental damage you're going to be doing, all of your splash damage, all of your gun damage. It all ends up being really, really good. And, you know, you're just grasping stuff, and it does that Nova on the green thing I talked about earlier. It does that Nova, and you'll be, you know, you'll be hitting all of them with your action skill, and they're all going to be taking that increased damage. Really, really good. And then 40% more gun damage on her action skill whenever she activates it. Of course, you're going to be activating it all the time. And then Avatar, so you can spam it twice. When you're mobbing, you want Ties That Bind, and when you're bossing, you're going to use Phase Cast, and I'll show you a boss relatively soon. This is my Guardian rank, so you know. 739, and then I would have all the stuff put into places. Run Mayhem 11, of course. And yeah, let's show you. I mean, normally when I see mobbing things, they go to Athena's, so that's why we're here. And literally, all you're gonna do is just see something, grab something. I guess on your class mods, you actually would want bonus pistol damage, bonus like, you know, splash damage, and then you would want action skill cooldown. You see that guy? They all died before, like the whole mini map just got cleared. Like I didn't even mean to, you know. And you can grab again. Watch that. Everything that was grabbed in there is just dead. I mean, this build, it's the mobbing king of builds. Like look at that. You're just gone, you know. I think in terms of mobbing, this has to be one of the most powerful builds. And it fell off a little bit, you know, when I was doing the endgame rush in terms of boss killing damage. But now with the Revolter, that's not so much of a problem. So as you can see, I mean, this is Mayhem 11, but it looks like I'm using Mayhem 10 guns on Mayhem 0. Like, it's just ridiculous how fast stuff's dying. You know, with your fire rate and everything, it just ends up being ridiculous. Let's go kill some more stuff over here, because this build's really fun. I have to admit, this build is a lot of fun. Now with the reroll machine, I got all the light shows and stuff for this build. That was without my Revolter. He just died that fast. Yeah, stuff just kind of melts away. It just kind of melts away. Here's a fire guy, okay? We're using a fire light show. Here's a fire guy. He still is just gone, you know? Okay, look at this guy right here. We'll just grab him again. Everything in this area just died. You see that? Now the only stuff alive is stuff that just spawned. I mean, this build, you're gonna mob faster than anything. Just make sure you're grabbing. Oh, I didn't reload. Whoopsies. Watch the mini-map. It's all just gone. And you can just run through and just absolutely melt everything with this build. It's easy. Just grab them and then shoot them, and then everything dies. Make sure you shoot the thing that you grab. Now I'll show you a boss. You're gonna experience the full PS4 load times with me. I'm not gonna cut this part out because we're gonna talk about it a little more. And I'll bring my pretty face back. How about that? We'll bring my pretty face back so you have something to look at other than the loading screen. As you can see, it's pretty good. Now Amara's always been really good at mobbing. She's always been good at it, you know? Always. You just, even if you use the Hellwalker, you shoot once, everything on the map's gonna die. Same thing with the Reflux now with the buff. Just make sure you switch to your shotgun damage. The Monarchs also are really good. I just don't like how they limit your movement speed. But get Monarchs with consecutive hits. Those stack up so fast. And, you know, of course, you're going to want to change your class mod to assault rifle damage and Vladoff critical rate. And then action skill cooldown. Action skill cooldown is really important. I wish I had action skill cooldown on my class mods, but I'm a loser and I didn't farm them enough, so that's what I get. So now I'm going to show you a boss. I'm going to show you a Grave Ward, everyone's favorite boss to come bully. You know, everyone's favorite boss to come bully. So let's go bully him a little harder. So before, this fight might take a while if you just sit there and use a light show. But now, with the Revolter, it just simply does not, okay? We're just going to jump right in. We're going to... Oh, I didn't put on phase cast. What a noob. What a noob recorder. Yeah, for bosses, again, I need to tell you about, you know, put on phase cast. You can phase grass the bosses, but sometimes with Grave Ward, it's kind of janky and it doesn't always hit them. You just want phase cast so you know you're going to hit your action skill and you get your bonus damage from Laid Bear. It's pretty important. Not super important, obviously, but it is very nice. So we're just going to throw our face cast, and then we're just going to walk up, and we're going to shoot Grave Ward right in his little crit spot. There you go, one clip, killing Grave Ward with a gun Amara. Who would have seen the day? One clip from the light show. This is my build. I hope you guys like it. I'm sorry I am on PS4, not on a PC, so I don't have a save downloader for you to use. I wish I could, you know, give it to you. Obviously, I could have better stuff also. It's not like you're missing out on a whole bunch. My Revolter could be better. Class mod could have the splash damage, pistol damage, plus action skill cooldown rate. So there's things that could be better. Its pisses could all be level 65. So it could be better, but it's good enough. We got consecutive hits on our Monarchs. Again, if you're going to be using Monarchs, you know, make sure you have a class mod that has, I think I have one right here, weapon critical damage, assault rifle damage that works for the Monarchs. Again, the heavy weapon damage doesn't work on it, but all of my rolls, I'm like, I got 2 of 3, so I take what I can get. So yeah, this is my build that made me 7th fastest on console. I hope you like it. This build, it got me 7th on console, but now I have the Revolter. I bet I could get my time down. I think I did it in 2 hours, 17 minutes. I bet I could get my time down way below probably a sub 2 with the Revolter now. Killing the bosses was the slowest part of it, and now I can absolutely melt bosses. So go ahead, get you some light shows, get them with consecutive hits. you see any consecutive hits anointments, well, now you don't even need to worry about that so much because you can just get it and then re-roll it with a new thing, which is really nice. So, get one of every element too. I got one of every element. I got myself a Maggie with consecutive hits. I got some other random stuff on here I've been picking up. I used to use Old Gods. Old Gods used to be the shield I would use for the bonus elemental damage. That's the days of the past. The Revolter is the truth, baby. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy my build. With bossing, just put on phase cast. If you're not bossing, you're just mobbing. Just grab stuff and shoot it, and then the entire map will just die around you. I think it's a lot of fun. It uses my favorite gun in the game, the Double Anarchy, like in Borderlands, turned into this game, into the light show. And so I love this build. I hope you love it too. Again, sorry I don't have it saved for you to download. But yeah, if you're on console like me, just you can just farm the stuff out. I don't know about you guys. I really like farming. That's like my thing. It's very therapeutic for me to get on Borderlands and just farm for stuff. If you're someone who doesn't really like farming, then maybe you can find someone who can drop you the stuff or dupe it, on console. I used to use trading communities. I used to trade stuff in there, but it looks like communities kind of got shut down on PS4. I don't know how it is on PS5. Good luck to you. Maybe in the future you'll be able to download saves. I don't think I'm going to because I don't want to mess up my Guardian rank. Because I think some people, like when they download saves, like my friend on PC, he downloads saves. And like his Guardian rank's like all messed up now. Like he's only like rank 7. But like he has all the bonus stats like plus 13% or something like that. So I don't think I would do it. But if you have already done it, then I don't think it messes with anything so much. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this build video. I'll show you the skill trees one more time. I'm sorry I don't have a thing to put them all up on the screen at one time, but I'll give you time to pause on each one. And then, yeah, and then again, you want to switch your action skill element to whatever you're dealing with, because if you're dealing with robots, switch to corrosive. If you're dealing with flesh enemies, switch to fire. If there's like some guardians or whatever, switch to shock. Just make sure you're switching that and switching your grenade to whatever element you need it to be to do the most damage to each given thing. But you're going to be doing base shock damage with the Revolter plus 200%. So if you have this on fire and then like a radiation grenade and a shock, you're going to cover pretty much all the elements you need to. Nothing's really going to resist all of that at once. I don't think so anyway. And yeah, so that's my build, Light That Binds. So thanks guys for watching the video. I'll see you all next time. Gee, this one was for you, man. I know he's been asking for it in my stream. That's a good anecdote for this. I do stream Twitch TV/ButterTheDog. If you want to come see me test stuff, play some Borderlands 3, that's all I really do on my channel because I love it. I'm not always on Amara, but I do really like Amara. So if you want some tips, like if you just want to ask me about the build or ask about builds in general, I know about all the characters and builds and stuff. You can just message me on there. Just, come in and say what's up and ask me anything you want to know, and I'll help you the best I can. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.